Hey everybody, I'm Larry, and welcome to Chair Chat. So, in this episode, I figured I'd go over some of the questions people have asked me. Some about, I guess, what I'm able to do, sensations, and some questions about stretches and stuff like that. Well, as I've said prior, I'm a T12 incomplete, and so I've been fortunate enough to get a fair bit of leg back. I have my core, so I'm able to, balance and stuff like that. I can move my legs some. On this side, I can wiggle my toes a little bit, not individually. On this one, it's a little harder. My left side's my strong side, my right side's my weaker. My right leg, if I really focus, I can wiggle slightly with my toes, but not a whole lot. But I'm able to kind of lift a little bit, pull in. I have stronger in than I do out. For instance, as you can tell, I do still don't stretch like I should, but I can pull in a lot better than I can push out. So that means that these muscles work better than the outer, and of course, spasticity is definitely there. Personally, I like spasticity because I feel that any movement, whether it's intentional or not, is beneficial in the fact that it helps prevent atrophy. It improves blood circulation, which also helps the healing process of sore spots, acne in our sweaty areas, and so forth. Fortunately, I don't have to cath or Digistem or any of the bowel programs. Now, I will say, I don't go normal. As far as bladder's concerned, I have to wait till it hits, like if I have a cup, I have to wait until it's this, it's this full before I can sort of empty. Any less than that, and it's a waiting game. So usually at night, I tend to, I end up having to stay up until I know I can go to the bathroom before I can go to bed. There are occasions too, if I've had a couple of drinks, whether alcoholic or non-alcoholic, where sometimes I'll throw in an adult diaper just to be on the safe side. As far as bowel is concerned, I no longer really have to Digistem. I do get bloated and constipated sometimes, but I find that given a bit of time, my body kind of lets me know, when I have to go, and I can't just go, but I can tell when my body's ready to go, so to speak. Now, that's not always the case. There are occasions where I've sat in the car driving, or I've been on tennis court, or even CrossFit or outdoors, where it's like, oh, hello, it's time to go, and then it's kind of too late. Not so often, but yes, there are occasions where I mess myself. And gas, forget about it. I can't hold it. I can push it, but I can't hold it. So whoever's around during that time, best of luck to you. You're going to have to deal with it because nothing's happening. Let's get into it. As far as stretches and such like that, there's a couple of things that I like to do that helps stretch my lower back, which I think is really important for us chair folk because we sit all the time. It is important for us to get on the ground and stretch our body because we sit at 90 degrees, there's a reason why we get nerve pain. It's because our body doesn't get to move. So any chance I'm able to, I transfer from here to the ground, to the couch, wherever I can. Because, again, blood flow helps. For me anyway, blood flow helps alleviate a lot of the nerve pain, because I get a lot of my nerve pain at bedtime, and that's due to long extended hours of sitting stagnant, not stretching, not moving, nothing. So what I like to do is I do CrossFit, big fan of it, but I think any kind of activity or stretching or physical straining to some degree as far as exercise is concerned is vitally important. Especially because we are somewhat limited. Now, that being the case, I do stretches during CrossFit and stuff like that. And these are a couple of my favorites for stretching out my back. And I'll try to work within the realm of ability that I'm able to. And everybody's different. When you're stretching, be cognitive of your own abilities, because there are folks that can't feel as much as I'm able. You have to be very careful in leg placement and how you move. So be careful, please. Have somebody with you. Pay attention. Listen to your body. But for me, I like to try to get here and stretch a little bit of my ankles. This position here helps stretch my ankles here and my hips a little bit, and I'll hold myself up. Now you want to be careful, because again, too much pressure on here, I don't think it starts to wear on me. So these are just ways that I stretch for my abilities. I like to try to get up. It opens up my hips and stretches my ankles. And two, if you can get upright like this, it can definitely stretch your quads as well. My big pain spots, my lower back. So personally, I love laying on my stomach like so, and just stretching that lower back where the rods are sat. This just feels so good. I mean, it's tight, but it's good for us to get up and stretch. So I'll do this a few times, then I'll crawl again. It's all about just trying to loosen up your body to help improve that blood flow. Now, another one I like to do is, if you're able, bring your foot up. And I'll post my arm here, and that helps with this hip side and all of that tightness in there as well. And of course, if you're able to, safely, you can do the butterfly to stretch in here, or in some cases, again, be careful of your hips, because sometimes they can pop and such. But this will stretch all that. But these are just, obviously, the more time you spend doing it, the better. But it's just to showcase some of my favorite stretches. Because again, it's important for us to get out of the chair, to stretch, to be as limber as possible. That's why, as a parent, you have your kids do athletics. Why? Because movement and stretching and activity and exercise is healthy for you physically, mentally, emotionally. It is healthy. So just because we're chair-bound doesn't mean we should just stop and give up on our own mental, physical, emotional health. part of that is getting out of this. Yes, we use it, but it doesn't mean we're confined to it. So get out of the chair, get up, stretch when you can, when you're able. Get on the couch. There's things you can do, sitting on here even. Just working different things and helping the blood flow and the recovery and just stretching. I mean, you feel better when you're more limber. We hurt more because we're tight. The only way to get untight is to get out and stretch them bad boys. Now, also, as far as movement and stuff like that, I am able to bear a bit of weight. I can lock this leg out when I stand a little. This one doesn't quite lock out. Again, this is my stronger leg. I've realized that during certain workouts I have to sort of accommodate because I tend to lean on the one side, and trying to keep symmetry between both to help equalize it as much as possible. But do get out, stretch, just do it. It's not easy, it's not always fun, but it's something that's healthy, and you'll just feel better, all around feel better. And who knows, you do it enough, certain things might just get to clicking a little more and just become more open and active, I suppose. There's one more stretch that I think is a pretty good one that honestly, I think you can pretty much find anything around the house to do it. I'm going to use this blanket. Mainly because I don't have much of a belt or anything like that. But the idea is to get around the top of that foot there. Stretch. Alright. So you get here. And see, you can use a blanket, you can use a belt. I like to hold my hand here to get a nice stretch in the legs, but also too, stretching your lower back. So, there's a million things you can do. You just have to kind of get out of your chair and figure your body out. We have one body. Nobody's going to have all our answers. Doctors can say a lot, people can say a lot, but the one thing that we are able to control as far as recovery is our ability to get out and do as much with our bodies as we can, to learn our bodies fully and completely. And the only way we can learn our own individual body is to get out and study it. Get out of your chair, touch your feet, touch your legs, move your legs, spasm a little bit. I mean, it's learn what the triggers are. I've figured out how to be able to stop mine, learn what your triggers are, and figure out your body. Make it happen, because it's your body, it's your life, it's your choice, it's your opportunity. So move forward, push strong. And if you guys have any stretches or things that you like or that you prefer, or I'd be curious too to see how different function of folk are affected when it comes to bowel, bladder, and some of the stretches that are brought around. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, y'all take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.